Hi there, Libras. This is Victoria Violet coming to you. As promised, I stated that I was going to do a separate video for the middle Libra babies, which is October, right? All of October. And so I already shuffled, and it's kind of a mixed bag of tricks. That's why I decided, instead of doing a short, which I couldn't do justice to all these cards that came out, that I would go ahead and just do the reading as such. Okay, so let's begin. The good part is the first card that comes out is the Empress. Okay, that's the very first card that comes out. So it could be a mother figure that we're talking about, but it could also be somebody who embodies the energy of the Empress. Somebody giving, loving, normally very fruitful, very abundant, and she could be motherly, he could be fatherly, in energy, right? Be a good mate. So that's the first card that comes out, right? The Empress. I'll tell you why at the end that this impressed me quite a bit. The throw in general. Okay. The next card is an overwhelming feeling, okay, of heaviness. So that tells me that this Empress, although she is an Empress right now, she's feeling this energy of, I don't want to say despair. Maybe it's loneliness, because that's the energy I'm getting, is loneliness, okay? And loneliness can come in different forms. Pardon me. Loneliness can come in different forms. Loneliness doesn't only come because, quote unquote, you're alone. It could come, the sensation, the feeling can come across over a person because they feel maybe they're not close to someone that they're missing. Or, you know, our fur babies sometimes pass away. Our children grow up and we are, you know, empty nesters, right? It could be for a great many things. And I also want to ask you, please forgive my hair. As you see my raincoat, it's raining. So with the humidity in Texas, your hair never looks good. Normally we have the Buddha look. If you don't know what the Buddha look is, please stay tuned through the summer, all the way through fall. You will see the Buddha look on me. Anyway, it's not long enough right now to wear a Buddha look. But nonetheless, I digress. So I think that this, and again, male, female energy, it does not really matter. What matters is the energy that this particular Empress is bringing, okay, to the table. So a feeling of heaviness, you know, I don't think it's a heaviness because they're going through anything that is an emotional upheaval or anything like that. I think it's more because, again, a feeling of loneliness or a feeling of being without someone they care about or something they care about. When I say something, like I said, fur babies, children that have left the home, maybe their significant other travels for a living, whatever. It could be any of those things, right? But what I do like is that the immediate card after that is the Death card. So the Death card always brings change. Now, some change is wanted, and some of us fight change, okay? When we fight change, that tends to do only one thing. That serves to keep us in that particular mode, in that energy, okay, for a longer period of time. So if we're stuck, if she's feeling stuck, or, you know, being the Empress, she embodies the female or feminine energy. But remember, I'm talking to both males and females. If you are feeling stuck or have been feeling stuck at times, then this is the overwhelming feeling of, like, God, I really wish things would move forward. Or, gosh, you know, I'm a little lonely, but I know I'll get over it. It's a little depression. I'll get over it. And again, the Death card is showing exactly that. Change is imminent. Again, the only reason you will stay in this energy, male or female that are going through this, the only way you're going to stay in this energy is if you forcibly do not allow the death, the change to come about. Now, if you do that, yeah, you're going to stay in that energy for a longer period of time. That is so unnecessary. So think about that. Now, it could be that they're doing the introspection, the thinking, the heaviness is coming from thought in reference to finances. And the finances, you know, they are looking up. They are looking up. That change is bringing the change in the finances, hence the 9 of coins. But if she or he does not see that yet, it could be feeling a little overwhelming, a little taxing. But again, what's the driving force behind all this is feeling alone or feeling lonely or feeling like they wish that they had their significant other by their side, okay? Or someone of significance, even their fur babies by their side, okay? So this goes from the Empress feeling to, I think, a more balanced state, okay? A more balanced state. So this is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords embodies somebody who has a lot of logic, okay? A lot of logic, a lot of balance to them. So again, what is the symbol of a Libra in general across the board? The symbol of the scales. So if that Libra, male or female, has been feeling a little bit off balance, then money change in the money area is coming, and with that change is bringing back the balance, bringing the balance back to the Libra. Okay, that's a beautiful thing. When we get closer to the end of this reading, I'm going to explain why I think this is a beautiful reading. Okay, then we see, okay, the money problems are over, or the situation concerning money passes. But then we see the strife coming back in another form. So we went from a 9, now we're not on a 9, but now we're on a 5. So it's become a little less strife, a little less problematic, but it's still there. Now, something people don't often talk about, the 5s of Swords. The 5 of Swords is more like, okay, you have been maybe in war of words, or you have been in a war of the mind, right? Psychological battle sometimes happens between couples, even bosses, etc., children, Lord God. But if you ever notice about the 5 of Swords, he's got all the swords, right? It's a male figure. He's got all the swords. So that means that you will be victorious. Everything's going to come out the way you need it to come out. You just have to have balance, patience, and then peace will come. Okay? I say it that way because once you get your balance back, you get your gears going smoothly. You're not killing your transmission here. For those that don't know how to drive a stick very well, you know what I mean when you're trying to push that clutch in, and instead of the gear going in smoothly, it's like, oh my God, what are they doing? They're ruining their transmission. If you allow yourself to go into balance, remember what I said, you can stay in that negative energy, but if you wish to create that change and shift and allow that change and shift to come about, then again, restoring the balance to your scales, restoring the peace, right? Through what? Patience. Sometimes we are in a tither. We get into this little, tizzy, and we can't even stand our own selves. And being a Libra myself, I can tell you, sometimes I even get on my own nerves. When I say that with kindness towards myself, because when I overthink, when I procrastinate too much, again, I'm talking about all the Libras. We have negative traits as well as positives. When we get into those, negative traits of, God, just get over with already. Just shut up. Just tell me whatever it is you want to say and just shut up. Keep it moving. Hurry up. Dave Chappelle. Wrap it up. And we get into those negative traits where we close down. It's almost like we're doing la la la, not listening kind of thing. It can be rough for anybody trying to come into our life, or anyone trying to even put their point across to us. And it might be a point that we've never heard, but depending on the person bringing it to you, it may not it may not hit home, because we already have had issues with this person, or we know they're liars, or we know that they tend to embellish things, or stretch of truth, or whatever. Patience, peace through balance. So the key here that I have heard so far from these cards is, doesn't matter what somebody's bringing to your table. It doesn't matter what somebody else is bringing story-wise. What are you bringing? If you're already in this attitude of, I'm going to win at all costs, I don't want to hear, I don't want to listen, whatever you got to sell, buddy, I'm not buying it. You're still allowing yourself, you're still remaining in the negative energies of a Libra. The devil never sleeps. What if that's what the devil wants? For you not to reap a reward, for you not to get your peace. Don't do that to yourself. Listen, and if at the end of the time you still feel the same way, you still feel like, no, there's nothing here for me, there's nothing here of value for me, that's different. But hear people out, all right? Because you never know, they might just bring something you've been wanting for a long time, waiting for a long time, or need to hear just to have closure. All right. Page of Pentacles coming after that. Okay, so maybe the battle that you had to win is not only within yourself, but also maybe you could be having money issues, that somebody owes you money. Maybe you couldn't find a job. Maybe you were waiting for a job. Maybe you were waiting for monies to come to you that somebody owed you. Finally, that money is released. Finally, you see the light at the end of the tunnel. That energy is released. But why? Because you found your peace, you found your balance. Again, look at this. This one is the Seven of Wands. Okay? I always call this my strategy card. Always. Why do I say that? Don't you see that the seventh stick wand is held sideways? Creating balance. Creating balance. So again, we can remain in the negative energy. We can remain in that energy of, I don't even want to hear this anymore. I get on my last nerves. Okay, but if they're bringing money, you need to hear them out. If they're bringing, extending the laurel right to you, you need to hear them out. If they're giving you closure, you need to hear them out. Because all Libras tend to dwell. All Libras, because we're air. Air people born under the sign of Libra, all tend to have mulling over. Thought after thought after thought. Well, they said this. Well, I should have said this. Well, they said this. Damn it, I wasn't ready. I should have said this. Well, I meant to say this, but I only said... Or, oh, that was a good idea. Or that was a good deal coming to me. Why did I respond like that? Because this was too busy. And this was way too busy to logically keep the emotion in check long enough to hear what they had to bring. Okay, I hope I haven't lost anyone. I hope everybody's understanding. Okay, here is where there's a shift for that Libra that I'm talking about. There's a shift. Not only does money come, but now even an invitation or love comes. Okay, so even an invitation or love comes to that Libra. This is where it starts to get interesting. This person that's coming is coming in the energy of the Emperor. Okay, it is upright. All of these are upright. I didn't have to turn any of them over. For those that don't know me yet, I don't read reversals. I take them, I look at them, I acknowledge them, I put them back. Why? Because I feel like if it's a reversal, I can still tell you without having it reversed. I can still tell you the energy that I felt from it without me having to hold it upside down. Okay, that's the whole gist of it. But again, I don't know if you've been paying attention, because remember I said your mind has been very heavily taxed lately. Look at this. So now we have the Emperor coming into the picture. This person that's coming in, male or female, is now coming in as the Emperor. The Emperor normally embodies someone who is a very good father or mother, somebody who is kindly, someone who is respectful, someone who does have and carries a lot of authority within them. Doesn't matter whether it's male or female that I'm talking to out there. What matters is the energy of the Emperor. Okay? So that's the first thing I want you to notice. Then we're saying, gosh, the Emperor's not very happy right now. For whatever reason, the Emperor is not happy. Coming across as the Five of Cups. So something here has been spilled, but as always, the fives are of change. They're trying to bring about a change in something. There's something that needs a change to be created, some movement that needs to happen. But what this Emperor is telling me, that for sure with the Five of Cups, yeah, I do feel the love, but I feel like it might be over. It might be done. There may not be anything to recoup. As always with the Five of Cups, and this one is not a good expression of the original, the Rider-Waite deck, and that's why I use it so often, because it's my original, it's my classic. On this one, all the cups, if you turn them sideways, all the cups are on the right side up. But if you turn it sideways, you know, you're looking at everything tipped over. The Five of Cups is not like that. The Five of Cups is 2 that are still left behind, 3 that are spilled. So what are we doing? We're supposed to go back and see if it's meant to be. Go back, pick up those 2 cups and grow it again. Grow back the 5 cups so that those 3 cups will not be spilled. And sometimes, believe it or not, the original relationship maybe wasn't as great as you remember it. Maybe the reason that those 3 cups are spilled out and only 2 are remaining is because you need to build a different type of relationship that was even better. Maybe you didn't listen to one another. Maybe it was always one-sided. Maybe one person was always getting their way and the other person felt empty. Hence the 9 of, what was it? I don't want to make a story here. Was it the 9? Yeah, the 9 of Swords. You know, so yeah, okay. The 5 is coming out to show us this is not over. It's not done. The relationship is not dead. However, you don't want to go back into this feeling. One or the other, or both of you, do not want to go back into that feeling. So maybe it's God's way, Spirit's way of saying, okay, you still have 2 cups to rebuild with. Make it better. If you're going to multiply the wine in those cups, make it the best tasting, the juiciest, the most I don't know, make it what is the wine that I like a lot? Oh my god, I have it in Moscato. Make it the best Moscato that you have ever drank, that you've ever tasted, the ambrosia, the drink of the gods. Right? Make it that beautiful to where both of you are getting what you need out of it. The joy, the happiness, the togetherness, the longevity. Maybe it was broken apart so both could see the missing of each other. Or maybe it was broken apart like that so that you could see how you were not connecting correctly, how there was no give and take, how it could be long term if both people work together. But why are you going to give your love or time to a relationship that's always one-sided, right? And that you don't get fed. I keep talking about that, and I will keep talking about that until the cows come home. You must realize at some point, hopefully sooner than later, that you cannot keep giving to a relationship that is narcissistic, that's one-sided, and that another person refuses to give. That's not the relationship that God wants for you. What is coming once you can realize that there is still love here, that there is still hope here, there is still something to be built from this. It's not meant to end. The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands, a brand new beginning with lots of passion, lots of love, lots of fire. The Knight of Swords. So something is coming in fast. The Knights, when they are the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands, they come in swiftly. Here we go though. Knight of Pentacles. So this one tends to scare everybody. The Knight of Pentacles. This one comes in on a heavy horse. Those heavy horses are like sprinters. You know, our runners that are sprinters, they run short distances, right? That's the way this horse travels. This knight travels on a horse like that. So in this instance, it's like, oh, let me come in. We come in swiftly because the Knight of Swords is on faster horse. But then here we go, and someone kind of puts not the whole brake